Forza Horizon 5 gives you multiple options to adjust your controller settings to your personal needs. In this very brief tutorial today, I'm going to explain you what all those settings mean, and at the same time I'm also going to show you my settings at the end of the video. Let's go. Let's instantly start by talking about the inside steering axis dead zone. So this sets the size of the inner dead zone for steering. The larger this dead zone, the more the steering will need to be moved before the car begins to turn. So much about the theory. Practically that means that the higher you put this value, the more delayed your steering will feel. It will be some kind of sluggish. So 10 isn't a bad setting for the beginning because it almost provides the full range of it. However, I'm still setting this to 0 to have like the real full range and that my steering is just detected initially. There's one exception though. If your precious PlayStation controller, your precious Xbox controller is slightly worn out when it comes to the stick. So if you're going on a straight and the car is still steering to the left or to the right, but you didn't have any input, then put this to 5 or 10 and this could help you already. If you have to put this over 10, I'm just recommending a new controller. And another quick insight in terms of that is that apparently Forza Horizon 5 features some kind of bug sometimes, just occasionally, that if you put this on 0, your steering might not be detected fully going through very tight hairpins in the game. It doesn't always happen, but putting your inner dead zone to 5 already fixes that. So yeah, it's up to you if you put this to 0 to have the full range or to put it to 5 and yeah, to be 100% sure that the bug just doesn't happen. In terms of the outside dead zone, the game tells us the following. The larger this dead zone, the less the steering input will be recognized by the game. So in other words, let's say you put this down to 90. That would mean that you need less input to actually reach full lock in terms of your steering. The full steering input will be detected quicker, but that also means that your car will handle more aggressively. So I definitely recommend to just put this to 100 for the smoothest and most comprehensible setting. The steering linearity might be the most complex and complicated setting from all of these here in this menu. It sets the mapping between input and steering. Lower values provide more accuracy near the center but less accuracy near full lock. Higher values provide more accuracy near full lock but less accuracy near the center. 50 is a linear mapping. Let's say if you're one of these people steering more aggressively, you know, like full lock to full lock, then a slightly higher setting might be beneficial for you, but don't go higher than 60, then it will also feel weird. On the other hand, if you're more on the smooth side of things, you might want to decrease it a bit, but don't go lower than 40. Since my steering is also a bit more aggressive, I'm always using a linearity setting of 55. But this is totally personal preference in this case. Everything that I already said about the steering dead zones basically also applies to acceleration and deceleration dead zones. The dead zones for your throttle and brakes. If you have a pitch perfect controller, simply put both of these to 0, 100 and you will be happy. Since most of you, me included, only use buttons for e-brake and clutch in Forza Horizon 5, you can basically abandon these settings. We're just pushing the button. It's either 0 or 1, so we don't need to talk about the dead zones. I have them on 10, 100, but don't ask me why. And now please let me know in the comments if that was helpful and which kind of settings you are using. Definitely don't forget to smash that pesky like button and subscribe if you're new for more entertaining and educating Forza Horizon 5 content with one of the fastest communities out there. You might also be interested in my best cars playlist in which I just collected every single best car of the game in each category. I'm your favorite German potato. Cheers!